Hello, today we're gonna disassemble this Asus, the model is X554L. We're gonna replace the thermal paste and I'll try to record everything. This model have an integrated battery, so we don't have anything to disconnect right now. Once we open it, we're gonna check what we can do about the battery. First we're gonna take all the screws down. I think the back cover is coming, the upper plastic is coming from the upper side, so we're gonna flip the laptop after that. There is no screw for the optical drive because I think it's also on the other side, so we have to remove the palm rest with the keyboard in order to disconnect it. On this side, on the place where is the battery, the screws are a little bit longer and the ones with the hinges are a little bit thicker. That's the only difference. All the other screws are the same size, so you shouldn't be worried about them. Now we're gonna flip the laptop now we're gonna use something sharp and we're gonna start separating the plastic. Like this. You can use your nails if you have one. Like this. And now we're gonna gently lift the whole casing. As you can see, I hope the camera can focus, we have the cable here for the keyboard and the one for the touchpad. So we're gonna use the tweezers and we're gonna remove them one by one. For this one we're gonna use our finger like this. We're gonna separate the keyboard. Now we have to disconnect the battery. It's held by a few screws. I guess it's with double-sided duct tape. Yeah. Now we have to disconnect the hard drive board and the hard drive itself. just slide it, I think. Yeah, like this. We have to remove this board also. Very weird design. We're gonna disconnect the speakers, and we don't, no, we have to remove this board also, yes, like this. Now we'll remove the optical drive, just slide it like this. Always check the hinges, because with the time they are getting loose. Yeah, this one. Now we have to disconnect the Wi-Fi cable, and we have a few screws to remove. Plus we have one here right next to the hinge. Now we have to disconnect the LCD cable. Be careful with it. Now I think we have to lift everything, but we forgot a screw here, which is holding the fan. Like this. You can see, I think the camera can focus. There's a lot of dust in it. So right now I'll try to find something. We have removed the screws which are holding the cooler. Also we're gonna disconnect the fan, and we're gonna lift it. Now we're gonna start cleaning everything. There is a lot of different ways to clean the cooler, so you can use the one that is suitable for you. I'm gonna clean the old thermal paste now, and I'm gonna stop the video for a second just to vacuum everything. We're gonna use a Q-tip to clean around the die. Yeah, the crystal is nice and shiny. I'm gonna stop the video for now. I'm gonna clean everything and we're gonna continue with the reassembly. Now I try to clean whatever I can. I clean also the fan. Just for your information, to remove the fan you just have to slide it. There is a little mechanism here, just slide it, and after that you can clean it. You can use a piece of cotton, a Q-tip, or whatever you like. After that just slide it back and basically that's the whole thing. Now we're gonna apply a little thermal paste on the VGA and on the CPU. Don't put too much. I try to even it with the end of the syringe, but when you put the cooler it will make it even. So right now we have to put the cooler like this, put 2 screws on a cross just to hold the cooler, and after that you're gonna tighten them. Double check the screws just in case. Now we have to connect the fan like this, and we're gonna proceed on the reverse. Now this cable was a little bent, so we're gonna insert the piece here with the ports. We're gonna put the white screw back, which is holding the board to the hinges, and we're gonna continue all the places for the screws are marked with a triangle, so you can't get them wrong. Even if you miss a screw, it's not such a big deal, so don't worry. And the one here. We forgot to pull out the cable for the Wi-Fi. So we're gonna do this right now. We're going to insert the CD. Now we have to put the cable. It's not a big deal if you don't put it exactly the same way, because there is no moving parts on this side. And just be careful not to go above the fan, otherwise it will make a weird noises like this. Make sure it's good connected. Now we have to slide the cable for the display. Be very careful with it, and when you push it inside, use both of the sides and do it time by time, otherwise you can damage the connector. Now we have to put the board which is holding the hard drive and the speaker. We're gonna connect the speaker. Now we'll put the hard drive back. And we're gonna put the board. There was a screw here and a screw here, I think, on both sides. Like this. We're gonna connect the cable for the board. I move it a little bit, so I'll try to connect it the proper way. Like this. We have to insert the battery. There were 3 screws on it. Let me clean the keyboard a little bit because I forgot. Now comes the tricky part. I have a lot of people asking how to reconnect the keyboard because it's a little bit tricky. First you have to open the connector. After that you can use a tweezers or you can use your fingers. You have to connect the keyboard cable first because it's the shorter one, and after that it will be much easier for you to connect the other cable. So just open the connector, slide it like this, and once you put it on a position like this, you can gently press it inside, and after that lock it with your hand. It's not very hard, you just need a little practice. After that we're gonna put the touchpad connector the same way, just push it like this, hold it, and after that close it. Just to be sure, before you closing the laptop, you can try and power it on and go in the BIOS just to see is the keyboard working. We have a picture and we are in a BIOS, so the keyboard is working. Now the only thing that left is just to put all the screws back on the back side, and basically that's the whole disassembly. I hope you like the video. Like and subscribe if you do. Bye bye for now.